We have seen several methods, we have written quite a few of them. Let's organize this knowledge we have about methods. What are methods? A method is a block of code, lines of code that perform a task. They may need some input values in order to perform that task, and for this reason the method may have 0 or more parameters. The method could also return to us the value based on the task that the lines of code do inside the body of the method. We have never opened a file and start writing a method definition. We have always put the method inside a class. So a method cannot exist just by itself. It needs to be inside some class. And this is the rule in Java, not in every programming language. Why do we have methods? Why do we bother? And why not just start a main method and write all of our code inside there? There are several good reasons for not doing that, for not following this practice, but having more modular code. And I will start with the last reason that is given on the slide, the modularity. In many projects, there are many developers working on the code. Imagine, for example, writing an operating system from scratch, or making modifications to different parts of an operating system. Usually that job is not assigned to a single person, but there are many different programmers that are working together on something. It makes a lot of sense if each programmer can work on a particular part of the code and then combine the results. So modularity is one of the reasons that we like methods and we program using methods. Readability. It makes our code easier to follow if we have methods, if we organize our different tasks that we have to do into methods. Why? Consider, for example, having a method called found_word_horizontal. Even if we don't look at the body of the method, the name of the method gives us an idea, gives us a hint of what the method does, without us having to go and dig into the details and find out how the method does it. We know what it does without knowing how it does it. Several times it helps a lot when we write comments at the beginning of the method saying exactly what the method does. Again, another programmer may not be interested or have a reason to know the details of the implementation of the method, but we allow them to know what the method does, what functionality we have completed through its implementation. Finally, a very important reason to use methods is reusability. Consider all of the methods that you have already used from the Java library, like math.sqrt, several string methods, etc. One person wrote them, many people benefit from them. Here is the basic syntax for a method. First of all, we have the method header. It will contain the method name, a list of parameters inside the parentheses, and also at the very beginning the return type. Inside the body of the method we will have statements, the line of code that perform the task that we want that method to perform. There might be a return statement as well, return and then some expression. This is not necessary, however, if the return is not there, then the return type has to be void. Or to be more specific, we could have a return semicolon. If we don't put an expression after the return, then the method type has to be void. Finally, the parameter list is serving pretty much as local variables for that particular method. We use the values and the specific names that we have defined inside the parameter list. This is the basic method syntax for a good reason. We can enhance the syntax, as we will see in a little bit.